What's today, guys? Wednesday? I don't even know what today is. Are we in the final days? My daughter had to get picked up from school early because, she suffers from terrible, terrible allergies. I was like, damn, I didn't give her morning medicine. I assumed it was that. My mother picks her up and she goes, her eyes, my daughter said her eyes were burning, right? Normally, when she has an allergy attack, she says, my eyes are itchy. She said, my eyes were burning. So we pick her up, and by the rest of the day, she's fine. She's indoors. How come I didn't know Canada was on fire? I go and she keeps, doing all this research, and I'm now getting alerts because I saw somebody on Facebook put up something about the air, regular schmegler guy, and I'm like, what's wrong with the air? Canada's on fire. My poor daughter, because this happened at recess, was outside playing, and she goes to school in New York City, which had levels of whatever air stuff into the 200s. Now it smells like the sky is orange. It smells like skunk and wood burning in my area. I go to take out the garbage and take out the recycling. I'm coughing. Yesterday, I go to lunch and I'm talking to my coworkers and I'm like, it's very humid, because that's how I could describe it. I'm like, something is weird with the weather. Like, something's weird with the air. It's thick, but not humid thick. Fucking Canada is on fire. And it's blowing into New York and the surrounding states because, the whatever wind is blowing the fires down from Quebec or Toronto, I believe, and beelining right into the Sunshine State. No, Sunshine State. The Sunshine State is Florida. The Empire State. I knew it was something that rhymed. Blowing it right into the Empire State. So, I sent my daughter to school because when she was indoors, and I gave her a eye wash because I had bought eye washes from CVS. Because I had CVS money one time and they were on sale one time. And I was like, let me just get these eye washes, right? I had some coupons or whatever. So I did her the eye wash and she's like, fine. So I told my husband, he takes them to school. They usually wait outside online. I said, don't have them wait outside. Don't have them wait in the line. Have them sit in the car. The minute the line is done, have them run inside the building. And I told him because, he does a lot of walking around his job, around the campus or whatever, to wear a KN95 mask when you're outside. I don't have any more because I stopped buying them or stopped getting them when they lifted these mask mandates. But now I'm going to go and see if I could get some more because, I'm sitting in my car and I can breathe now. I do have a cheapy air cleaner, plug-in air cleaner in my car. And I bought it because when the pollen got bad, I was sneezing uncontrollably in my car. So I bought this little air cleaner thing off of Amazon to help with the dust and the pollen, and it works. This thing was like $20. The filters are like $15, so it looks like most of the money is in the filter. Right, not the actual little plug-in USB plug-in unit. So I'm keeping that on. I got an air cleaner on in my bedroom. And I got this HEPA air cleaner down in my living room. But wow, I don't know if I'm so this is why I'm pissed off. Because I got a push alert on my phone to tell me that Mike Pence had officially entered the presidential race. That came in as a push alert, which sent the notification to my phone and then to my watch. That came in. I didn't get nay push alert, nothing to tell me that Canada was on fire and the smoke had consumed New York City. There was something on my my Alexa's, my screen. I have dots and screens, so I have a Amazon Alexa screen thing. So there was a thing that my notification was air quality. That was there. But other than that, nothing. It's not till I started looking at it and seeing what's going on that I guess the cookies tagged my phone, and now I started getting all these reports about the air quality. Let's just take a moment and appreciate this face right now. Mm-hmm. It's looking soft. Now, is it soft because I got a filter on? Probably. I didn't do the filter that changes the face. So the face is all round, the double chin is poking out. But I did do the filter to soften it up because the lighting in here is very, very harsh. And not harsh to make me look ugly. It's hard to look at because of the colors if you're a viewer. So I do have it on like, out of 10, I think I got it on like a 4 softness. But I think my skin is improving because I went out and bought Big Girl face cream. I've been using Aveeno Clean and Clear since I was a teenager, and I think my face now requires more of this hyaluronic stuff and stuff to help combat the softness. I think I have evolved. My face now needs more than one squirt of Aveeno Clear Complexion moisturizer with the soy complex. No, I think I need hyaluronic acid and all kind of stuff I could get for a cream. So I got the Olay, which is very pricey. Oh my God. I got it at BJ's. It was a coupon. But I think one bottle is like $39.99 at CVS, not on sale. So I got two of them. I think I paid like $27 or $29 with the coupons. So anyway, I started using that. The only downfall is to this, it does make my skin softer, and the fine lines are the very fine lines are gone. But I've been breaking out more. And I don't know if I'm breaking out because of that was what the clear complexion was. It had like acne stuff in it. So I think now without it, I'm starting to get pimples like a teenager. But they're very small, little white pimples or whatever. It's not a lot of them. It comes, around my cycle. So, but anyway, this air quality is kind of bad. I have on glasses because it's dark out here, but it's like that sun that like pierces through the clouds where you could still get sunburn. It still hurts the eyes, even though it's not sunny out here. Whatever smoke and whatever science is causing the sun rays it does. Like I took my glasses off for a second and looked up and I got like a little headache. Like I don't know what's going on. I don't think anybody knows what's going on, but it's hard out here. It's hard out here. It's hard to breathe. Eyes, I'm coughing. The air is caca. If you work outside, maybe wear KN95 mask. I don't know how much that helps, but maybe it'll filter the air at least so it's easier to breathe, and if you can stay indoors. I'm definitely probably going to opt to have my lunch inside. We do have a big old filter, air cleaner, in my office. So I'm gonna be plugging that motherfucker in. Plugging that in and turning it on. It's very bad out here today. Yeah. So it's Pride Month, right? June is Pride Month. And I've been seeing a lot of videos. People who are for Pride Month, people who are not for Pride Month, the alphabets who don't like the commercialization of Pride Month, and to clarify a definition on what an ally is. I always thought I was an ally, but according to this one person that I follow, I am not an ally because I'm not on the front line with them. I don't go to the whatevers and whatevers, right? I'm a social media ally, I guess. So I wrote, well, I've never seen the alphabets when it comes to BLM matters and police brutality and whatever. Now, Is gayness visible? No. Are are trans people visible? Some are clocking and some are not. But I've never seen these celebrity alphabets out there campaigning and being an ally for race relations matters. I even said this person specifically, I'm not going to call them out. I do enjoy their content. It doesn't sway me, but I said I've never seen you post anything against police brutality against unarmed black people. But yet you come on with this diatribe, you get on your soapbox and you're talking about what an ally is and basically lambasting us because of your disappointment in our support and our participation in the commercialization of Pride Month. Because I agree with this one statement that all of that propaganda, all of that material stuff that you see in the Targets and the Walmart for Pride, LGBTQ alphabet families are not buying that for their children. It is for the allies. It is for the people that say, look, I got my baby in a Pride onesie. Don't come after me. I'm a supporter. That's who it's for. Consequently, and I said, oh, well, now you know how we feel about Black History Month. Now, I am not negating the importance of Black History Month and how necessary it is because of ... If American history, the definition of American history, if it was not so one-sided and pale and vanilla and mayonnaise-y, then there would be no need for Black History Month because, Black history is American history. But because that is not the way it is, social studies in my public school education was 99.9% white-based history. The only history that we got that had to do with Black people was to let us know that we were enslaved and beaten. I didn't learn about Rosewood. I didn't learn about the Black Wall Street. I didn't learn about any of the towns that broke off, tried to be independent, were very successful, and were burned down. I didn't learn any of that. K through 12, public school. You know when I learned that? In my 20s. And let me tell you a funny story how I learned about Rosewood. It's so sad, it's funny. Morris Chestnut was in a TV show. I believed it was on Fox. The name of the show was Rosewood. Now, I like him dark and muscularly. That's the only interest I had on the show. I had looked up Rosewood to get the times and the station that the show came on, and other stuff came up about the town of Rosewood. That's how I found out about it. Isn't that fucking sad? That's how I found out about Rosewood. And a lot of you I'm talking to have absolutely no idea what Rosewood is or what happened there. You don't. I'm not going to give you a history lesson. Google is free. And then Rosewood will open you up to the other towns and shit that post-slavery became successful and was destroyed. What about that Lake Lanier? Y'all know about Lake Lanier and why people keep dying? The curse of Lake Lanier. Look that up too. So, where was I going? Oh my God, I'm off the rail. Oh, the train has derailed. I'm off the track. This is what goes on in my head all the time. But anyway, oh my God, where was I going? I'm at the pause the video. Anyway, I didn't learn any of that in public school education. I didn't learn any of that. The importance of Black History Month. Oh, so we have to have a Black History Month, because if we don't, I probably wouldn't have learned about, and I'm going to throw out what was presented every fucking year: George Washington Carver, Peanuts, Charles Drew, Hart, Harriet Tubman, Underground Railroad, Thurgood Marshall, Supreme Court Judge. What else am I missing? Madam C.J. Walker, beauty care business, a Black female millionaire. Marcus Garvey, Jamaican Harlem Renaissance activist, the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther the Kings, and yes, I said Martin Luther the King. That's from Coming to America. Those oh my God, the track runners and the tennis players. And anyway, those. Those are the same ones presented to me every year, K through 12. The same top 20. Nobody knew. It's not till I left high school they started introducing Venus and Serena Williams. I remember that when I was leaving high school. They started talking about the Williams sisters.
The expected delay due to traffic is 0 minutes.
So I wonder. No, it is. I don't wonder. The woke era was birthed out of instant access to information. We weren't woke. You had to go to a library and get this information. You didn't have the world at your fingertips, in your back pocket, in your purse. You wanted information, you had to physically go out and hunt for it. And you had to know what you were looking for and where you needed to find it. So instant information was limited to the boob tube and what the news wanted to present to you and what you were exposed to in school. Now, I remember when somebody said in a panel on YouTube that it is our responsibility to go educate ourselves. We cannot expect the government to educate us on our history. Now, I agree and disagree with that statement, because I expect our government to educate me on my history as a taxpayer, as a Black person in America, that the wealth and the strength and the reputation that America had was because of Black, stolen, and then overly bred Black people, or African people, or whatever you want to call them. I expect to learn that. And I expect to learn the whole history. I expect to learn about the boats that were taken over and never made it back to the mainland because of everybody, they burned that shit down. How boats were overthrown, and how the reason why the Caribbean, certain tribes in the there's a certain tribe that is very, their ancestry is very prevalent in Jamaica, is because those were the fighters and they got those motherfuckers off the boat first. And the weaker ones who didn't fight, or the sickly ones, made it to America. But the ones in the Caribbean, they were usually the problem ones that dropped those motherfuckers off first. They causing problems. Or the boats that never actually made it because there was an uproaring, or the kidnapped people, because they weren't slaves yet. The kidnapped people with the slavery intent, who killed themselves because they was like, oh, fuck no. They didn't teach us that. I didn't know that people jumped off the boats. I didn't know that boats were taken over and they killed everybody on the boat and everybody died and fucking sank. We didn't learn about none of that. I found that out when I went to Washington, D.C. And the display. I didn't know. That was a couple months ago. That's when I learned that. Not taught in school. But I learned everything about the Holocaust. Everything about the Holocaust. Everything about how there were survivors and activists, and I never talked about slaves who fought. And it's not that we don't have the documentation, we have it, because I learned about it just a few months ago, and we've been had it. No, they don't teach us that in schools. Kind of like religion. We can't give you hope that there's a way out. Why do you think they introduced Christianity to slaves? Your life on earth might be shit now, but you have this Mecca to look forward to after. So don't worry about what's happening to you on earth when you have something to look forward to. That's how they control your mind. If you're an atheist like me and you don't believe there isn't anything better, you make the most of what you have right now, today. Today. You live your life like you're not going to have ended, like there's nothing promised to you tomorrow. That's how atheists live their life. And I'm speaking for me. I believe in the balance of the universe. I believe everything has to be balanced out. So if I'm a shit person to people, shit is going to come back to me because it has to be balanced. If I give shit and somebody receives my shit, I then have to take shit from somebody else to cause the balance. If I'm good to people, I have to receive good because everything has to be balanced. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, might not be 10 years, might not be 20 years. Might not even be something that you realize. So anyway, I go to say all of this just to say that I did not see anybody presenting the way that this trans woman presented on the front line for, and I named a few activist things. I did not get a response. I was blocked. Now I don't believe that this person who put out the video blocked me because they are a big enough social media presence to hire people to monitor their social media accounts. The videos are edited and stuff. They definitely are not looking at the comments and talking or whatever. And they've said that they hire people. So I know why I was blocked. I know why I was blocked, because then now nobody could comment on my comment. But good old Black Twitter picked it up. Picked up my comment before I was blocked and it was removed, and asked the same question. So now when one person is asking or bringing up a point that you are basically ally shaming us because we're not doing enough, where were you? Because our issues came before yours. Where were you? It's a fair question. Where were you? I never forget, I worked with a person and they were so proud. There's a picture of people getting hosed down. It's a very famous picture of young black and white teenagers or young adults being hosed down during a protest, and how proud this person was that it was their great whatever. This is my grandfather. This is my grandfather, this is my grandfather. This is my grandfather. So proud. So proud. Could you imagine having the scars, having the lineage to know that your ancestors were white slave owners? You ever watch that thing on Channel 13, and when the white celebrity finds out that their great whatever ran this big plantation in the South, how sad they are that they have the same DNA as somebody who would be a slave owner, and how basically they are where they are because of the financial access or whatever that they got from having slaves, how the money in the family came from slavery, which to me is nothing to be ashamed about. You weren't there to control anything, and it's not your fault that you benefited based on something that was all too common 100 years ago. Is it 100 years ago? I don't know math. Slavery ran for 400 years. Millions of people benefited from slavery. Don't feel no kind of way. Don't feel no kind of way, man. So, but it is hard to hear and is disheartening. And that man in the photo being hosed down could very well be a descendant of a plantation owner. But to then fight the good fight and realize that it was wrong, and consequently, historically, our biggest allies during segregation were Jewish people. That's why we get along so well. Case in point, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Like, we live together. It is very much so separated, but we are in the same area, and you never hear any issues with the black and the small hats. You don't. And the ACLU, I believe, is Jewish based. No, is that Jewish based? I'm messing up. But there's a Jewish based organization that really contributes to what's going on with the police brutality and the ongoing race issues with Black Americans in this country. But anyway, to have that documented that your grandfather was on the front line, literally on the front line, risking life and limb for the betterment of people that do not look like them, is something very proud, something to be proud of. I don't think you have the right to call out somebody on their amount of allyship when you aren't doing anything for anybody else different than you. You are an ally for a group of people that you fit in. You are an activist, not an ally. You are an activist, and you promote for your group. And you're going to call out people not in your group for not doing enough, but you're not doing anything for any other group. And I'm going to call it out. You might be a trans woman, but you still have the mentality of a white male. That is some white male thinking. You could put a wig on, you could start your transition, but you're still thinking like a white male. Case in point, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner got boobs, a wig, face pulled back, wears some heels, but still walks and talks like a white male over 60 in America. And I'm not talking about the voice. I'm talking about the rhetoric. I'm going to support the way I want to support, the same. And if you don't want it, let me know, because I don't do it for you. There's a lot of us who do things because it's the right thing to do. We're not doing it for you, because if you infringe these issues onto this group, I'm next. And it happened with the women. Y'all, society, Congress, attacked women's rights. You took away women's rights. And when there was nothing else for you to take away, you moved on to the next. The alphabets are the next. So if we let the alphabet succeed, so now everybody who was campaigning for the women's rights, we kind of lost. It's okay. We now are putting our energies into the next group of people that are being attacked, right? It's like paying a bill, right? If you follow, who's that Christian guy that does the finances, you pay off your lowest bill first. So let's say you got 3 loans, one for $100, one for $200, one for $300. You put all your available money, just pay off the other minimum so you don't get in trouble. But you put all your extra money into paying off the $100 one. Once that is paid off, you put everything that you was paying for that into the $200 one. And that's how you pay off your debt fast. Same thing with activism. We were fighting the good fight for the women. We lost. Roe v. Wade was overturned. Abortion rights are now left up to the state. The new group of people being attacked are the alphabet. So now all those people who are activating for women are now activating for the activating being activists for the alphabets. Because you know who's next? The blacks. We're always a target, but we never was a specific target. So now we got to help the alphabets and stop it now, so that if they take those rights away, they don't move on. That's how it works. That's what you're missing. So instead of blocking somebody, because I don't come with hate or vitriol for anybody, because I really don't care. I don't specifically care about one person. I can't. It will destroy me. I'm not saying that to be like mean or anything. I have to compartmentalize. I come with facts. I'm an objectivist, but I got blocked because I was stirring up something salacious, I guess. Anyway, stay indoors if you can. It is orange out here. Try not to breathe the air too long. Wear your masks if you have one. Not the surgical mask. That don't do shit. But if you got some leftover, really good ones, put those on if you're going to be outside for a long time, because it's hard to breathe. All right. Be safe, everybody. Bye.